A Grieving Heart is most loved. It is not a fictitious novel. Rather, it is a real-life story of a grieving mother and her journey of faith. In the midst of pain and sorrow, the author clings tightly to God. This book serves as a testimony of what God has promised to His people in Isaiah chapter 61, verse 3. To all who mourn in Israel, He will give beauty for ashes, joy instead of mourning, praise instead of heaviness, for God has planted them like strong and graceful oaks for His own glory. Sister Lisa has gone through much in life. She did not allow sorrow and pain to blur her vision of living a victorious Christian life. And God has transformed her ashes into something beautiful and replaced her spirit of heaviness with praise. Like a piece of raw gold, after the refining process, she glitters with the glory of God.
It's good to be to read this book. A Grieving Heart is most loved. The first time I met her is that it's in the children's ward in the hospital. And immediately my heart longs to pray for God's grace upon them. And I had the privilege to write the introduction to this book. It really moved my heart. And I believe that this book will also encourage all of you who read this book and know that God loves us and God really answers prayer.
This is a story of despair, disappointment, but at the end of the book you will see the glory of God coming through. Now this beautiful story is about her story in the grander story of God. And if you read this book, your faith will be deepened. As you read this book, you would be able to understand life better. And I believe that as you read this book, as you journey with her through her life story, God will take you through and God will help you so that you can also go through life difficulty when you face it. I would strongly recommend that you get hold of this book and read it.
As I read your book, I was truly inspired, impacted by your book, how you bear your heart and through your difficult journeys and challenges in your life, that you found victory. And as I read your book, it reminds me of a disciple, Mary Magdalene, whom her sins are forgiven much. She loved much, and her humility was so much because she was loved much and forgiven much. And through your life, I could see an immense faith in you, a steadfast faith in you that is so strong that you could overcome all your challenges and difficulties, your grief and your journey. And because of your faith and your love, your devotion to Jesus, I'm truly inspired and impacted. And I believe many readers who read this book will see how you have overcome every pits of valley in your life. And this is truly inspiring. And I thank God for holding on to you and changing your life and giving you the victory. And I thank you for your steadfast love, your devotion, your faith in God that has taken you a victory journey. And I thank you for you are not afraid to walk this journey with God throughout this entire journey.